We have a lot more ready to add.
Yeah, we do have more if needed, otherwise it can congregate. Hopefully everyone managed to find coffee, refreshments as well. There may even still be one mince pie left as well, so no, maybe not. Okay, so before I start, Joe, at the back of this, should I be seeing myself on the camera, do you think? Okay, let's get that sorted from a technical perspective. But good afternoon. Oh, wow. Never had that sort of feedback before. That's great. Welcome to Satuccino. Brewing connections, blending ideas, and stirring innovation in the space sector since 2013. If you don't like my material, you can blame ChatGPT. Does most of the heavy lifting for me. So my name is Joel Freedman. I'm the head of innovation services at the Satellite Applications Catapult. Continuing to be a guest host this month, as I was last month, like one of those guests that just doesn't take the hint to leave. And yeah, thank you all for being here, all of you in person and those who have who've joined online. This is our last Satuccino of the year. And yeah, as such, we wanted to reflect on the year that has gone by and sort of percolate on the year that is that's coming ahead. I was recently reminded, or it was brought to my awareness, that this is probably one of the first full years we've had since COVID. And we've done an incredible amount in it, but that maybe explains why it's felt so kind of exhausting. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, it's been a really big year, but loads to celebrate as well. We had around 1,700 people descend on Belfast a couple of weeks ago for the UK Space Conference. Just a show of hands, is anyone there in Belfast a couple of weeks ago? Okay, a fair few. And of those, did you see the UK Space Ecosystem stand as well? Just hands there. So okay, hopefully almost everyone who was there saw it. Yeah, this year has been a really bumpy year for the space ecosystem. We've got 15 space clusters funded by the UK Space Agency all over the UK, bringing together academia, industry, and innovation partners in order to grow the UK's capabilities. And this year also marked the first UK launch into space from UK soil as well. And whilst the mission itself wasn't successful, the amount that was achieved just to get to that point was incredible. You know, whether that's ground segments, supply chains, collaboration, regulation, it really has set the scene for what's to come over the coming years for the UK as well. And you know, we're continuing to grow our ambition in a whole number of sectors across the UK. And the Catapult's Connected Capability Network call is going to bring together stakeholders from all across the UK to collaborate on building national capability. So we're not just looking at single bright spots across the UK, we're looking at how do we fund collaboration, how do we create things greater than the sum of their parts. We've worked with some amazing businesses doing incredible things, you know, once sci-fi, now reality, you know, space-based solar power, data centers in space, advanced connectivity from, you know, I'm doing projects on 5G, these people are thinking about 6G. By the time we're hearing about 6G, you should probably be thinking about 7G by now, I reckon. Drone technology, AI for Earth observation as well. Really just an amazing amount of innovators that we're able to support. The UK Space Agency has launched its Unlocking Space for Business program, bringing together space service suppliers with large-scale customers. There's also the Unlocking Space for Investment program as well, which is going to be looking at how do we drive more investment into the space sector. And on top of that, the announcement of £50 million worth of investment through the Space Clusters Infrastructure Fund. So a huge amount of investment in growing our national capabilities and building facilities available for the space sector all across the UK. That is, in fact, going to be the topic of a number of our distinguished speakers today. So probably a good segue to hand over to some of them. And just as a reminder of the format. Up to 5 minutes for our first speaker, and then 1 minute pitches from the subsequent speakers. We've got a pretty packed agenda, so if speakers could try and stick to that 1 minute, that would be much appreciated. And I think that's all for me to take up airtime. I should probably hand over to our speakers now. So without further ado, our first speaker, and you can come and stand behind this ominous looking X if you like. Nothing terrible is going to happen. I will welcome Gemma to the stage. Yeah.
Hi everyone. So I do have 5 minutes or 4 minutes because I've got a number of exciting projects to highlight. So as Joel mentioned, this is all about kind of celebrating successes and recognising the important milestones that the space sector has achieved. And I have the exciting role as being the Harwell Space Cluster Manager. Other clusters are available. There's 14 others. I can see Toby over there from Space Science Central. If anyone else is here, hello. But I'm going to focus on lovely Harwell, where it's always sunny, as I've told our recent guests today, and talk about the Space Clusters Infrastructure Fund. So this is a great opportunity for development of new capabilities for our various space sector organisations that will benefit the kind of whole of the sector. So it was absolutely brilliant to hear when it was announced 2 weeks ago at the space conference that companies on the Harwell campus are benefiting from that. So we have, in no particular order, so Open Cosmos received funding for their Larger Earth Observation Platforms in Production, or LEAP. So they've all got really complicated names, hence why I've got my book, and I'm on brands as well. So this is about kind of, they're expanding on the campus, they're moving out of their current facility, which is DISC, which is owned by the Catapult, and that's such an encouraging thing to see. So they're going to be the latest industrial facility to expand manufacturing and R&D capabilities. Open Cosmos aren't here, but if you want to know more, get in touch with me and we'll put you in touch with the team and they can certainly tell you more about that. The next one is MagDrive. So theirs is called, Disruptive Experimental Electric Propulsion Lab, or DEEP. So, and this is about a new state-of-the-art electric propulsion facility that's sort of meeting the growing need and demand for EP facilities for small satellites. So again, they're on the campus, they're growing as well, which is really exciting to see. Then we have Thales Alenia Space. Their project is called Harmonica. It does stand for something. I haven't written it down, so I can't tell you. But I'm going to guess the H is for Harwell. So, this is again about developing some new clean rooms and some R&D labs for system development and integration. So really integral parts for the companies to help them grow, but also to help the rest of us grow and develop our capabilities as well. So I'm going to finish there because there's lots of people wanting to talk and lots of exciting things. To hand over to the fourth exciting project from Harwell from the SCIF funding. Can I hand directly over to? Sure. In a seamless way. So we've got the lovely Richard from RadTest who can talk in more detail about his project.
Hi everyone. Very excited to say that we are one of the projects that's received a grant under the SCIF program. RadTest is a small company based here at Harwell. We are a radiation test house, but more than a facility, but we do the test planning, manufacture test boards, go to whatever facility it is, and then analyse the results for our customers. What the grant will let us do is install a system here in the UK for the first time to enable people to test electronics against the effects that single cosmic rays cause on semiconductors. It should be up and running by the end of 24, so it's a 12-month project. So at the Christmas Satuccino next year, I hope to be able to come to you and say it's working. If you're concerned about radiation effects on your electronics, come and talk to me. If you're not concerned, you should be.
Next up, Emily.
Thank you. I'm Emily from Ura Clusters. We're based over at Westcott, and our project is called Westcott Space Hub. We're building 62,000 square foot of space, which will include a 150-seater conference facility, which figures up to 300, loads of space for commercial units, also shared facilities, clean rooms, EMC testing, vibration tables, things like that that don't currently exist at Westcott. And Noah, who's going to wave over there at you, is running all those the requirement gathering for that shared facility right now. So if anyone's got any facilities they'd like over at Westcott that don't currently exist, he's the person you should talk to. We're going to have training facilities there, 20 workbench classroom people to use from local universities and all around the country. All sorts of other 12 meters square clean room and things that are happening there. We're taking 10,000 square foot as Ura for our expansion into commercial operations there as well. And in general, it's going to also have a cafe so that people can actually network there and actually form the organic growth, just like what's happening here at Harwell. So we can grow that too. Thank you very much.
Very much, Emily. Next up, I think we move to our first online speaker. So this is where I throw quite a lot in with the technology gods and just hope that someone will magically appear and that we will be able to hear them. So I'm just going to give it that 5 long seconds of grace. Oh, thank goodness, Olivia.
Brilliant. Thanks
Slide
very much.
as well.
I'm Olivier Ayash from the Centre for Modelling and Simulation. We're part of the Space West cluster here in Bristol, led by Becky Huffey, you might know her. And we were lucky to be awarded as well some funding under the SCIF recent funding call. So if I quickly tell you what we're developing quite an exciting capability for the UK space industry. So with the cost to access space decreasing rapidly, that's led to a surge in huge, large-scale robotic missions. They're going to rely on a lot of robotics and a lot of AI. With access to space being very hard, that testing is going to need to take place in really large-scale simulations on a sort of data center scale. So that's where the project has come apart to make what we're going to call the collaborative space data center. It's got 2 key elements to it. The first one is this particular data center that we feel kind of plugs a gap in the space industry. We'll have a unique set of hardware that's tailored to deliver really high quality render needed for these large scale simulations, the right kind of hardware to develop really large scale AI models and test them, and then also the right hardware to deliver large scale simulation. We're going to have hardware in the loop as well, so things like edge processing, where you can come and design your system, test it on edge hardware, as well as a physical robot platform. And then the second key bit for the collaborative space data center is in the name, is collaboration. So we want this, CFMS is an RTO, a not-for-profit company, so it's a good place to host this capability. But for a lot of these missions, a lot of space companies need to come together and work together to develop this. So we've already got partners such as Airbus, Rolls-Royce Novel Nuclear, Satuccino Space, D-Orbit, Space Solar, University of Bristol come on board to feed into the project their requirements, what they want to see out of this pilot that will kind of lead on to the follow-on and how we design that. So I'm kind of pitching today to say, if you want to get involved as well and give your input, give your requirements into how this particular capability for the UK shapes, then please get in touch, because we're hosting, I know it's written on here Q1 of 2024, but I think it's going to be Q2, a workshop where all of you can get involved in the same room and feed into what you think this collaborative space data center should end up looking like. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. You mentioned Airbus, again, another seamless transition to Anisha, who again will...
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
There we go. Fab. Okay, thank you. Could we go to my slide? Thank you. I will try and stick to my minute, but it's I feel like it's a lot of pressure. Yes, so we are transforming part of Airbus Stevenage site into a space catalyst as a result of being awarded some funding from the SCIF fund. And this is really to start opening the doors of Airbus to new and existing space players, or to support better growth of our space ecosystem. So lots of lovely pictures on this slide, and hopefully this is kind of the next evolution of our Airbus Defence in Space site. So you can see de Havilland starting there, and then moving into 2021, and then hopefully into Q3 2024 we should have that collaboration space open. So that's really going to consist of robotics lab, flat sats, digital twins, loads of great stuff going in there. And the whole point of this is really to have an opportunity to bring external people in, work with Airbus, work independently, rapidly develop and de-risk new technologies, and use the whole connected facility to demonstrate a full mission. So I think that's 9 minutes up. I've been timing it. So hopefully it's exciting, and please do get in touch if you want to know more information.
Thank you so much. Next up, let's see if we can get 3 for 3. John, are you there?
Hello there. Right, good you can see me. Hello everyone.
Yes,
So I asked to come along today for main reason is last year I got funding through the ESA-BIC program to start my business. So I wanted to say a thanks to all the staff from STFC at Harwell and in Daresbury who've helped me on that journey. So as a result, I've got a bit of a show and tell. So this is the end product that we've resulted in. So a boat monitoring system, and there's the inside with our little satellite transmitter that we're using. So still at a prototype stage, but I've got some of those units on boats under trial at the moment. And if anyone's got any interest in that kind of low-cost telematics from space, let me know. That was basically it. Saying thanks for the program and looking forward to the next steps of my business growth.
It's great to hear about the outcomes of those funding programs as well. Emily, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. Fantastic. We can hear you but not see you.
Oh, I think the pin needs to be changed.
But I have a slide
There we
for you
go.
as well, if that helps. Oh, okay. Right, over to you.
Great, thank you for having me here. I'm Emily Dowd. I'm a PhD student from the University of Leeds, and today I'm just going to highlight a project that I've been working on, which I was using GHGSat data to look at emissions from landfills, and ended up discovering a quite large gas leak near Cheltenham. And yeah, this study got really good coverage in BBC News, because the good news about this whole study was that we found this gas leak, and then we notified the utility company, and the gas leak got fixed. So this is a great example of how satellite data can be used for immediate climate action. And yeah, this story was released in September, I think, and it's still being talked about now. So for example, GHGSat have used it on their day one for examples showing data for emissions reduction. Yeah, and I just wanted to highlight that satellite data is great. It can be used for great things.
Thank you so much. We'll leave the data from GHGSat. It's available if there are companies that are wanting to use it for research and development. We can see the impact that it can have just using it and exploring it. So please do come and talk to us if you would like to access that data and utilize it yourself. Next up, we have Caroline. Are you in the room as well? Fantastic.
I know, here I am. Thank you.
And I think I have a slide for you. So 2 slides.
Yes.
So if you want to, feel free to click to the next one.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Caroline. I'm from Stellar Solutions Aerospace. So there's a lot on here. You can read it later. Basically, we are a technical and engineering advice company, and we are looking at solving customers' critical needs. So it's absolutely vital that you understand it's all to do with space, but equally it's going to go wrong. Oh no, there we go. But we cover a lot of areas. So we've got the 5 points on our star: defense, intelligence, civil, commercial, and international. So the international is us here, and we're based next door in Atlas Building, and we've got an office in France, and we've got a parent company out in America as well. And we also have our Stellar Ventures, which is all about our founder, Celeste Ford, giving back to the community and investing in startups and seed companies. Joel was saying, obviously, it's all about milestones this year, and we're at the end of the year, so we've had some great milestones, great achievements. One is obviously now being in full-time offices here at Harwell. And another one I'll point out is our Space Norway Helosat mission, which is a really great example of collaboration and dual use. So it's between Norway with their armed forces, it's US DoD, and we're also working with Inmarsat, Viasat. So it's a really great example of dual use, and obviously fits very well into our national and defense space strategies. And that's me. Thank you.
Okay, next up in person, if I can clicker as well, is Simon, one of the members of our co-space as well, which is our hot desk to rent in the heart of Harwell, with access to the Catapult facilities and all of the wonderful team as well. That very natural plug. There you go. Thank you.
If you are achieving results through other people or with other people, you have a leadership challenge. That leadership challenge has got 3 components. What impact are you having? How do you grab and hold attention when you're speaking? How are you influencing the agenda so your project is being spoken of? How are you influencing tricky situations with clients and partners? And finally, your third challenge as a leader in that scenario is, what do people trust you? Have you got the gravitas that they'll believe in you when you say something? This Technical Executive Accelerator, which is running in this very space on March 19th of 2024, is designed to build your influencing impact and your gravitas, to get you heard, seen, and to get the value that you bring to your teams recognized. See you next year.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we are also fortunate enough to be joined by an international delegation from various parts of Africa, and I think we have 3 speakers to come up next. So first, I would like to invite Janusha.
Yeah, so I'm a geospatial scientist. We do geospatial solutions. I just want to quickly talk about one really successful one, which is the Infrastructure Nerve Center in a province called KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. It talks to all of the SDG goals, education, health, etc. The way the data is compiled is it is accessed in those categories. We use satellite data to do change detection for transport. We just had a flood, so we obviously monitored the fix and change detection on that as well. We mapped out the access to services in that data portal. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you very much.
If you want to look at it on my phone, it just speaks 1,000 words.
Oh, well, hopefully people will come and find you and talk to you in the half an hour that follows the talks as well. And next up, Wilson. Perfect.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wilson Kagawa. I'm Managing Director of Locus Dynamics, a systems engineering and integration company in Rwanda. We offer drone services. We offer satellite ground station hosting as a service, hosting services as well. We do data analytics, aerial imagery data analytics. We do cybersecurity, managed services, as well as training. That's about it. If you need more about me, here's my business card. Scan the barcode. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. If you're looking for a partner to extend your reach and your coverage as a satellite operator, come talk to me. I'm more than happy to talk to you as well. And I'm very, very excited to be here. Thank you very much for hosting us.
Thank you so much. And next up, Gazito.
Good afternoon to you all. So by a show of hands, kindly raise your hand if you have ever tried to request for a loan from a bank. Okay, so you know the process and you know that the bank will need transaction information from you and you'll almost strip naked basically for you to get that loan. Now imagine you're in Kenya and you're trying to access loan for $100 to just grow maize, soybean, sorghum. You're transacting without a bank account and most of the time in cash. So how do you help smallholder farmers access finance to grow their business and become sustainable? At AgriBora, we are supporting businesses to use a point of sale application to collect transaction data from farmers through Investor, which may be one of you have heard of. And on the other hand, use satellite data to basically map crop production so that you can be able to give them a credit recommendation service for banks to lend to this farmer with the right data. We're looking for investment partners who can help us grow this. We have 9,000 farmers right now, looking at getting to 300,000 farmers. If you know an investor who is looking at addressing impact, talk to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, please do make sure to try and talk to who else. Can I just, from a show of hands, from the international delegation who is here? So yeah, please look around. This is a great opportunity to build links internationally. So come and find and talk to those delegates as well. Now, where's my clicker? Right. So okay, that's the end of our speakers. There are a couple more things to be aware of for the year ahead. Things to look forward to next year, the Space Investment Forum. So this is connecting innovators and investors. The first one in the 30th of January, one in Edinburgh, and then one in Leeds. If you want to register, there's a QR code there. And register by the 18th of December for the Edinburgh one or 19th of February for Leeds. Tomorrow, I think, the 19th Appleton Space Conference. So that will be here. You can still register today if you'd like to go, again, using the QR code or searching online. And then on the 6th of February in Glasgow, the Space Suppliers Summit. So this is an international convention connecting up buyers and suppliers from across space manufacturing. There is also the ESA Space for Inspiration conference coming up in January, so please do register, check it out, and hopefully attend. That's probably an alarm telling me that my time is running out. Space placements in industry. The call is open for employers, people who are wanting to bring in placements, students, give them experience in the space sector. So use the QR code, find it online. The application is now open. But as always, all of these opportunities, funding and events can be found on the Space Enterprise community, free to join, spaceenterprise.uk, or you can use the QR code. Everybody who's anybody in the space sector is signed up there. So you don't want to be the only ones who aren't there and hearing about what's happening. So yeah, I think we've got an exciting year ahead, opportunities to connect with customers, opportunities to connect with investors, new markets to reach, new heights to reach as well. We look forward to the opportunity to work with you all in 2024. We really want to thank you for all of the work that has been inspirational across the sector in the year that's just gone by, and hope everyone has a fantastic festive period and a prosperous and happy new year. Thank you very much. And our next event will be in February and not January.